Hi, crafty friends. Are you guys ready for 4 project ideas? So up first is project number 1. And friends, this one is probably one of my favorites. So I'm taking the wood cubes that I got at the Dollar Tree. We're going to do a little E6000 to hold those together. And then I also got, they are in the section where like the picture frames and stuff are, they have these small little shelves. And I thought, oh my gosh, those would be perfect to put on the top and the bottom of these. So it's almost like a faux apothecary type cabinet. You could make it as big as you wanted, totally up to you. But I thought, let's get these going. Here's that shelf. I had turned it upside down, as you can see there. And it needed some shims just so that because there's that little lip that you can see there, just so that the box is set completely flat. I just used a couple of the little wood domino pieces from the Dollar Tree, the little game in the game section, and we'll just do a couple of those, and then that way we can just have it nice and flat across. So using, again, E6000 and some hot glue, we're going to do another layer of those, and then we are going to do a shelf on the top of it. So once we get that together, then I decided to grab some spray paint. You could totally paint these with chalk paint if you wanted to, but I actually had the color of spray paint that I wanted, so yay to that. But before we go out and do that, I wanted to measure out the center part, because these are those little drawer cubes from Dollar Tree. I wanted to measure out the center part where we're going to put like the faux little knobs. And friends, in Dollar Tree, if you haven't been into the section with all of the push pins, they're like kind of in the, office supply section, definitely go check it out because they always have some really fun ones in there. And that's what we're going to use along with the little tiny blocks that you see laying there. And you can see those, they have a little tiny hole in them. I just took a little, oh gosh, what is it? Why does my brain go blank when I'm talking? I don't understand. Oh, I do. It's called menopause. But I had a little, almost like a little screwdriver, and then I just hammered on the end just to kind of push that in so that the push pin would go even easier. So there's the center part of where it's going to be, and then that's where we're going to put the little block on the top. I wanted to do this part so that when I painted it, this part would be painted as well. So again, I was like, let's get all the pieces together and then we'll start spray painting. So I will spray paint the inserts to this separately, but I put a couple of coats, and I love this gold color. It's one of my favorite spray paints ever. I've had a hard time finding it lately, so I got to get on the hunt again because I'm like, I love this one. All right, so here everything is all dried up. I did a little dab of hot glue and then just pushed that push pin in. They almost look like acrylic little balls, which I love it. And then we'll just slide those in there, and then we have a cute little organizational cabinet. I just think this is adorable. All right, so are you ready for project number 2? All right, friends, here we go. This is one of my favorites. So we are using 2 wire baskets from the Dollar Tree, and then also one of the stands, the little white stands that you saw there, the little wire ones. Those are in the kitchen section. So the baskets are back by the organization stuff. Sometimes I've seen them actually in the office supply area too. So the 2 little baskets, and then what I'm using is some cardboard, just leftover cardboard, as you can see. And I'm just measuring that bottom part because we are going to cover these pieces and then put them inside of the trays. So here you can see where I'm like, all right, let's take that white tray or shelf, I should say, and we are just going to zip tie that to the bottom of one of the trays. Okay, once we get it all zip tied, we're going to cut off all of the little excess parts. And friends, you can even get the zip ties at the Dollar Tree, which is great. They have the little tiny ones, so don't worry about if the colors don't match, because again, we're going to go out with my favorite spray paint, and we are going to spray paint this whole thing. Now, I did cut 2 pieces out of the cardboard. You can see that other bottom tray is over on the other side. We're going to spray paint that as well. And then once we do that, again, I said 2 trays and then one of the stands. So once we set that aside to dry, we're going to go back in, and this is the second one I did. We are going to start covering those pieces of cardboard. I love this project. Not only is it inexpensive, but we can recycle as well. So I've got some of the shelf paper. You can get this at Dollar Tree if you want. I think this one is actually from Walmart because it kind of looks like a foam marble. And I thought this would be fun to wrap around the cardboard. And then I actually, once I got it kind of wrapped around there, then I took another smaller piece and we'll go over the top of it. That way the back of it is completely finished. But you're just kind of wrapping it like you would wrap a present. So another thing that would be cool with this, I just thought of this. If you had some really fun, oh my gosh, wrapping paper. You could even do this with wrapping paper. Oh my gosh. Okay, I got to try that too. Oh, I just thought of that. All right, so again, just wrapping this all around. Again, this is contact paper, so it's just sticking to itself. And then once we get all the little areas trimmed off and folded in, then we'll do one piece over the top of this. And friends, this, I'm kind of doing in that marble look, but you could do it however you wanted. I'm using the battery for my glue gun to hold down so this paper doesn't go all crazy wonky pants, because this is where I'm kind of measuring that top little piece. Again, friends, I am not like, I don't like to measure and all that kind of stuff. It's just willy-nilly eyeball. Oh, this is going to work. Who? Tell me in the comments. Please tell me there's others like me. I know some people are like, no, you have to measure. And I'm like, no, I don't like to do that. It's just willy-nilly. But anyways, check out how this came together. I love this so very much. All right. Are you guys ready for project number 3? Okay, project number 3. Here we go. We are going to make a tiered shelf. So we're going to use these 2 signs from the Dollar Tree. I'm just kind of painting it up. I know the paint color is very similar, but I wanted this to be kind of a brown color. You, again, could paint it any color you wanted. But one mistake I did make when I did this project, I will tell you, is when I was doing the shelves. So I'll tell you how I fixed it after I put the whole thing together. I know, that's me. Like I think, oh, this is going to go so great. It's going to go so good. Oh my gosh, this is just going to be fabulous. And then you do it and you're like, oh, that just wasn't sturdy enough. But we are going to cut some of the larger popsicle sticks, as I call them, or craft sticks. And then what we're going to do is we're going to use this as the trim, kind of like that's already around the board. Excuse me. Because on some of this, we need to mimic that. So these work perfectly for that. So once I get them all cut how I want, then I'm just going to go back with the kind of a little bit of a darker paint. And then we are just going to put those right into place. Now I love my favorite painting technique. I just use a dry kitchen sponge, put a little bit of paint over it, and then all you have to do is just swipe it right over the top of dry paint. And it's that simple, and it's such a cool way. I know it looks like I'm adding a lot of paint, but I'm really not. But it's such a cool way just to add a little bit to it. I know some people love distressing, some people don't, but I love everything about it. And I think it just gives such a cool look to everything. A great thing about this too is you could do multiple layers with different colors, and that adds the dimension as well. So you can see here, this is where I'm adding on those little sticks that we painted, and we're creating that same trim look because you're going to see both sides of this in the shelf. So I wanted to make sure that they were similar to how the front of this looks. So the center parts of these shelves are going to be, they're already, they just actually restocked these at my Dollar Tree, and I was like, what? I hadn't seen them for a while, and I was so excited to see them again. But the nice thing, they're the same thickness as these boards that I'm working on. It's just these little parts right here. And you can see I did hot glue. I also added E6000, but where I messed up is I should have gone from the outside and tacked a little nail in there. So once I got the whole thing together, that's what I ended up going back doing. So then I was like, I don't know that I love the color of the trim. So yeah, I went back through and added some trim and did a little sanding because, you know, sometimes I just can't leave well enough alone. But friends, this is one that I have used so many different times in so many parts of my house, which I just love. So look at this, how this one turned out. So much fun. All right, so we ready? Are we ready for project number 4? All right, here we go. So this one, again, is so much fun. All the Dollar Tree pieces. We are just going to, actually, that is an over-the-door coat hanger or towel hanger. And I'm just bending the edges. I figured out how wide that basket was, and I'm just making it to fit right around that. So once we get that done and we've bent that all around, we're going to take that wire basket and we're going to use more zip ties, and we're going to zip tie it right inside there. So we're just kind of like tucking it in so that it looks like it's just from there. And then all the pieces on the edge and the bottom are stuff that where you can hang things from, which I love that so much. So here's where we're adding that little basket. Again, everything's from Dollar Tree. I've had a few of those trellises laying around and I thought, ooh, let's cut that up and add some fun to it as well. So once we get all of these trimmed off from the zip ties, then we will add onto this with our trellis. Words again. So we're actually just going to use, I don't know what I'm doing here. Sometimes when I record a video, I'm like, what are you doing, buddy? We're not even on the screen. I know, you guys yell at me, but I don't even know what I'm doing. It's like I'm just standing there. Oh, I must have been messing with that. Oh, I was messing with these edges because I was folding them down. I tried to do it over the edge of the table, but it didn't work. But anyways, all right, so we're going to use... Sorry. We're going to use the top part of the trellis. And then all we will do is once we get that cut off, we will just do some more zip ties. And I just kind of used my clippers here just to, it's thin enough. It just came apart super duper easy. So we'll make this kind of like the back part of the hanger. So we'll get that zip tied on and then we will take everything out and same spray paint. Same spray paint because I love that gold so very much. But look how cute this is going to be. This is like just kind of adding just a little bit to the top of it. So I'm using my my glue gun right there to hold up. What I was trying to hold up was the trellis so that it would kind of go. But anyways, it all ended up working out. So then what I was like, where do I want to decorate with this? So I was thinking, well, maybe my craft room. And then I was like, oh no, how about over my coffee machine? I can add some of the little espresso cups and just make it kind of like decorative and fun. And so that is what I end up doing with this. But guys, you could do so many different things. You could actually do multiple baskets kind of hanging down from it to give you more space, however you wanted. But I love having the hooks on there as well. It's just like another place to store stuff and add stuff. And if you are like me, I like to have things a little organized. Okay, sometimes it goes a little messy, but that's okay. We always come back to the organizational part of it. So I don't know why I'm struggling so bad with these zip ties, but that happens. Sometimes I think I have them on the right way and then I don't. But let's get a little bit of spray paint. Actually, I did 2 coats. I waited for the first to dry and then the second one, and check out, friends, how this came together. Subscribe for more.